I'll get it open. Finished.
Let's take a look. Slippery as an eel. You asked?
I wonder how Chico and the kids are. I should write.
Just a few hours between me and a tall mug of ale.
That's until my transfer.
Tonight, I'll finally beat Pero at Hazatoa.
Everything's in place. Good. Good. I wonder how Chico and the kids are. I should write.
Just a few hours between me and a tall mug of ale.
Everything in order? Everything in order?
Is...
You open Wodika's book, but the goddess does not appear. You stand alone in a void of ashes and drifting embers.
Ak, 1,000 swoles he offered me. I should have charged 10 times that.
Payment for igniting Rawatai's stockpile of black powder. Do we have that correct, Andakio?
Ak, it is so, Highness.
You arrive in good time, I say. After one confession and before another still to come. Director, You stand between Wodika's justice and Tangaloa's open mouth. Has the time come to amend your statement?
With respect, Your Highness, these charges are absurd. If that man is being paid, it is not from my pocket.
You expect us to believe that? This reeks of gutless Valian subterfuge.
Peace, Hazanui. I invited the Watcher here as a witness, and I dare anyone to find a more credible source. Watcher, please state your name for the Kahanga court. Did you witness the explosion at the Brass Citadel? Akira, then it is as I told our guests before.
Then let's get on with it. I want to know what the Watcher saw.
This is madness. Queen Onakaza, I would never do anything to threaten the peace between our people.
Worry not, Hazanui. Under this roof, facts are the coin of the realm. Tell us what you saw, Watcher.
What? No, that's not. This is some manner of jest. Watcher, tell her.
I knew it! Release this snake to me, Queen. I want to see Rauatayan justice done.
That will be enough, Hazanui. This was an attack on my city, and it falls to the Huana to judge the sentence.
No! You cannot do this! The Songrette, the Republics will...
Considering the disgraces on your head, I say not even the Republics will bother to defend you. You are to be stripped of rank and sent to the gullet for your remaining years. May the bowels of Tangaloa scour the taint of guilt from your soul.
You cannot be serious!
An ugly business, I say, but it is done.
Done? I've still got dead to bury and a district to rebuild. This is just the beginning for me.
You are entitled to some recompense, Hazanui. The Director's holdings rightfully belong to you.
That'll certainly get me started.
Then the matter is resolved. One hopes we can rely on your testimony in the future, should the need arise. After so much struggle, it was a moment's work to cripple a nation. And well-mannered. Akira, we are nicely paired in these dark times. Join me in the garden. I would speak of our future in detail.
You played your part well, trickster. Ngati in the flesh, I say. My sister was right all along. Akira, that was worth the patience. With the skies clear of vultures, we can look once more at the path ahead. Ukaizo will be ours, as it was before, and as it should be.
The Valian serpent has lost its head. The Rowatayan shark its teeth. We have made it too costly for either of them to tarry in the Deadfire.
Akira, it takes a strong arm to rattle two coconuts loose from the same tree.
The trials ahead will make this seem the scattering of toy soldiers. But in the eyes of history, your work will be the death knell of their incursion. We are united in the search for Ukaizo. You will go with the full support of the Crown, after Aethys and the homeland of the Huana. When my people know their past, their future will soon follow. With every high tide, I ask Nagati if we are ready. She always leaves me to answer for myself. Ukaizo looms on the horizon, bringing the past with the future. Together, we will show the Huana how to cross it. I have always known that Ukaizo was no myth. just as I knew that Nagati's chosen would lead the way. Take the helm of your ship, Captain. My fleet will follow and water shapers will clear the way through Andra's mortar. And the enemy's fleet, if it comes to that. May Amira's feather grant you favorable wind, and may Tangaloa open its jaws to our enemies. What say, burglar? Thanks to you, I must negotiate with Archimere for more security. That depends on a great many things. Ukaizo is still a ways off from Nikitaka. When we take back the island, we will know ourselves again. This is my promise to the tribes.
At your service. Questions, Captain?
That's something.
feel it.
Move. Ixie. Almost. Say your prayer. Bring them down. Trouble, folks.
Take him down.
Great. Feel
Lava. Beyond.
Ixie. Almost.
Alpha Predator.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle. That would be enough.
Beyond sick.
No, say your prayers.
be a fight.
That dog won't hunt.
This does not work!
Sorry, friend. I can't.
Has it been this way since the age of my ancestors?
Will do.
Gilded Vale got its name from the way the wheat fields used to look in the sun. But this place really is gilded. Might as well be a different world. Yeah, seems they had a whole different way of looking at things. I'd say I like this one better, but the truth is, neither one seems any closer to me. These great people got a funny way of passing on. They disappear from the world, but leave their problems behind for the rest of us to deal with. I guess maybe that's one good thing that's come out of this. Well, at least for me. I got something to do with my life that doesn't involve hauling or shoveling. I even got a friend or two out of it. The whole world's about to face the biggest test it ever saw. What Aethys is doing, it's gonna change everything. We may not survive. Kith, I mean. You know, I broke a wheel once too. First thing I thought of when we learned what Aethys was doing. My mom had this spinning wheel, and she loved it. Well, I was playing with it in the way a young child might when his parents are out, and that wheel came right off. It wouldn't go back into place, so I pushed it harder and pretty soon I'd broken off a spoke. Broke off 3 more trying to fix that. Anyway, I got whipped pretty good for it. That wheel was never the same, even after my dad fixed it. I used to think of the gods as being like parents to all of us. And now I know better. They're children, playing while their folks are gone.
"5 years ago, you controlled the destiny of thousands of souls in Sun and Shadow. But the choice you make today shall define the fate of every living thing in Aora. I know you will. I know you'll choose wisely. And no matter what happens, it's been an honor journeying with you. Again.
We gonna do this or what? We've made it this far, yet we're still alive. Might as well square off with my god before our luck runs dry. Sure do. If Gon wants you dead, I figure he can do it himself. Besides, the part of him that's been stomping through the Deadfire didn't much help me at Malcolm's teeth. Tell me, Watcher, can there be a god of light and birth if souls themselves can no longer be reborn? Reckon it was. Sure, I did some things I now regret. God knows I got plenty of blood on my hands. I thought it'd be different how it turned out. But I couldn't dream of any other way. Now then, shall we go face my God for one last time? Find out what it is we can or can't do in these end times. Whether we're meant to wither or thrive. Consider me your second shadow.
I am thinking that Aethys has come this far, and he will not wait on you before he finishes what he started. If he shatters what is sat in the heart of Ukaizo, this action will ripple beyond the Deadfire, beyond life as we know it. I will make sure that what we find here goes toward the Hawana cause. The Crown's faith in Ngati's chosen will be justified. The land of my mothers, as real as anything that rises up from the bed of the sea. Also, smaller than I expected. This should be as interesting as the last time I confronted a god-possessed Adra Colossus. Captain, I am my mother's son. I have seen things you would not believe. What say? Shall we find him, Captain? Speak your mind. Captain, just look at where we are. There's no time to waste, I say.
On it. Stood here before. As a boy, I dreamed of a tower made of water. I stood at the pinnacle and made obeisance to Mother Ngati. This tower, this view. Just so. Ngati's covenant, the first form of water shaping. It is here, waiting for me. The tribes always said that Ngati's chosen would show them the way to the past. I do not think they meant it so literally as this. That I would stand on glorious Ukaizo. Now that I am here, it is like the city herself wishes to speak.
Dumu the eldest, Tapua the wise, and Tokima the recaller. Step forward and be recognized. You are the stewards of my covenant. For so long as your people guard the Isles, the Audra, and themselves, then a measure of my power is theirs to command.
So beautiful. But look what they have done with you. am the tremor that inspires the tidal wave, the pebble that calls the avalanche. Mother! Your son has found his birthright where you left it! My people never doubted that Ngachi's chosen would find our ancient gift. Kara, I did not share their confidence until now. I am ready, Watcher. Let us finish what we started.
The machine controlling the storm winds down. The clattering of its machinery settles into a low whir and then, at last, hiccups to a halt. Beyond the tower, the black, roiling clouds of Andra's mortar roll away from the ancient city of Ukaizo, with only a tired sigh of wind to see them off. And on that last breath of wind, comes to you a familiar sound. The ring of a bell. The bell's ringing is soft, not the clangor and torrent you've grown used to. It calls to your soul, and your soul yearns to follow it. Your soul flees from your body and into the beyond, chasing that sound. It leads you at last to Bareth's realm, to that cold platform and room of endless doors.
Watcher, your journey nears its conclusion.
The pallid night stands before you, her gaunt face impassive.
That will depend on the will of Kith, whose desires are ever in flux. Soon you will confront Aethys for what will likely be the final time, and you will do so as the Herald of Bareth, the only creature on the face of Eora to whom he will listen. Remember that.
The pallid night inclines her head to you, black hair hanging lank in her face. She steps back and cedes the floor to Helia with a small, resigned sigh.
If Aethys truly intends to go through with his mad plan to destroy the wheel, a generation's worth of souls will be trapped in the in-between. So many would suffer. How can Aethys be so cruel? He cannot just abandon them. Aethys must help the Kith find a quick solution.
Abaddon strides forward.
Aethys thrust this crisis on the Kith. They did not bring it upon themselves. Their only mistake was in trusting us to watch over them. Who will help them rebuild their world now?
Aethys will reveal every secret of the gods. Will Kith be able to change the established order if they have no wonder to inspire them? Aethys must help them resolve this quickly, lest every one of Eora's few remaining mysteries be laid plain.
Coddled children learn nothing that is not spoon-fed to them. With the wheel destroyed, Kith will tear themselves apart. It is the gods' duty to prevent that happening, lest they doom us all. And as Kith must be ruled, so too must the gods. I say that if Aethys is so eager to throw down the mantle of power and step aside, I shall take my rightful place as Queen of the Gods again.
Kith are strongest when they follow our lead, and we are strongest when we lead in turn. United in purpose with the gods, Kith can accomplish things that without us, they could never have even begun. They must be shown their boundaries to surpass them.
Kith will not solve Aethys' puzzle on their own. And without an established order to fight against, the bonds that bind them dissolve, and they fight amongst themselves.
You cannot trust us, and you never should have. Only the Kith may save themselves.
Boudica's firm hand is but the motherly smothering of Helia by another name. Mortals should have no special advantages. Only once Kith have striven to improve themselves through trial will they truly know their measure. Kith must suffer to find their strength if they are to survive the world into which Aethys drags them. Our intervention in your struggle would be a cruelty and counter to our purpose.
He lets his words hang in the air for a moment. Gaze, level with your own.
Indeed. Kith must discover for themselves what it is they are worth, and of what it is they are capable. What we do for them, they do not learn for themselves. Trial breeds ingenuity. If our work of generations was not in vain, Kith will succeed in spite of Aethys' actions. I have faith in Kith's ability to meet Aethys' challenge. Do not mistake my words for indifference, Watcher. They are born from a fierce belief in your potential, not a refutation of it.
And yet you come to Ukaizo with only the Huana at your back. All that Kith stand to lose. And even then, your leaders could not join hands, squabbling instead over prestige and resources. You believe that will change when my final death comes calling? You are a greater fool than I thought. Margaret is blinded by her affection for mortals. She does not see that entropy is the destiny of all things. If Aethys were wise, he would destroy everything. End life, end reincarnation, end death. Kith have had their chance. It is time to let silence reign.
As Rimergon's words fade, the Pallid Night returns. She no longer towers over you, a giant even among the gods, but meets you at your height. She lets the arms crossed over her chest fall to her sides. She speaks to you openly, plainly, an expression almost like tenderness, turning up the corners of her lips.
Well, Watcher, you know where we stand. What do you believe? The gods were once Kith. Thousands of Kith from long ago, but Kith still. If we are diseased at our core, as you imply, then so too are you. Now the time has come for us to part, Watcher. I laid upon you a difficult duty, and you have discharged it well. You will be free of it in time, but not now. You have work to do yet. You are no stranger to hard choices. You killed Theos, and when his soul was laid bare before you, you chose to destroy it. You granted him peace. Remember the strength it took to make that choice, and know that you alone may sway Aethys now. When you stand before him, choose your words carefully.
She claps her gauntleted hands together, and a sound like thunder rumbles through the room. As the floor crumbles and falls away beneath you, you hear the sound of a single bell ringing, and beneath it, the faintest whisper.
You keep falling asleep on me, I'm gonna have to start walking behind you with a pillow. Oh, by the way, the storm's gone. Also, I think Aethys has ended the world. It seems we're all still here.
Do not touch the machine again, I say. The delicate fish can only take so much.
Gods and darnation. My head.